All right, so my playing right there was just using two very simple concepts that I came up with for the pentatonic scale, which I'm going to show you right now, which will make playing over changes so much easier. In fact, one of my members of Chase's Guitar Academy recently just called this a perfect melody maker. Without further ado, we're going to talk about this over the song for My Father. And the first concept I want to talk about is the pentatonic +1. This is something I came up with when I was, teaching a bunch of my students and seeing that they were really struggling with this scale approach. And instead of trying to think of 7 notes of a scale, a lot of them had already internalized the pentatonic scale. So let's take F minor pentatonic. We'll just start off with that. So just walking it up. F, A flat, B flat, C, E flat, F, A flat, B flat, C, E flat. And we'll just stop there in this position. You can think about this F minor 11 voicing. Okay, so using that, we're going to go through Song for My Father. There's just 4 chords on Song for My Father. We have F minor 9, E flat 7, E flat 9, D flat 9. And you can think about like C7 altered, C7 sus, C7 basically, back to F minor. So it's very, very simple. But if we were going to take a modal approach, we would think of very different scales for each of these. And it's so much easier to play over this than that. And that's when I realized what I was actually doing when soloing through this was very different than trying to take a scale and match it to the chord. So if that's what you're doing, this is going to help you a lot. It's not a full approach to jazz, but this will get you playing the changes easily, coming up with melodies. And then from there, if you want to go further, we can talk about how to make it sound more like jazz or bebop with other ideas. So let's take this F minor pentatonic and we're going to do one thing. We're going to add 1 note. So that's the pentatonic +1. And this is very different than just having a 6-note scale. It seems like it's the same, but in practice, when you're actually using it, it's very different. What we're going to do is you think about the pentatonic scale as 1 unit, because at this point, I'm assuming you've internalized that scale. If you haven't, you need to do that work first. But assuming you've internalized the minor pentatonic scale, all I want you to do is think about you can play anything in that scale and you're going to add 1 note. And that note is the 9th. It's between the first F and the A flat. It's G. So let's play the scale again with this +1. So it'd be F, G, A flat, B flat, C, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, E flat. That's our pentatonic +1. Gives us a few things that are very, very important. The first thing is we actually get another note that has some tension to it and sounds really nice to land on. A lot of the notes in the minor pentatonic, if you're playing it over the same chord, like F minor pentatonic over F minor, a lot of those notes are also in the chord, so you don't get any tension. And with jazz, we want some of that tension to create good melodies. So now we have another note that does that with the 9th. So you can land on this, you can go through it, and it works great really no matter how you're using it. You'll practice it and you'll get some different ways. The other thing that's really critical here, by having 6 notes, now when we do an 8th note line, rhythmically, we're going to land on the correct spots that we want to. For example, if we start on a downbeat with F, F, G, A flat. Now we have the A flat on a downbeat, whereas before it would be an upbeat, F, A flat, and then B flat's on a downbeat. So this actually helps us play through the scale in an 8th note line that sounds good. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So anywhere we stop, it's going to be part of the F minor triad. And that's super important. You can't do that when you just are using the notes in the pentatonic scale. It sounds a little weird for jazz, because you'll end up on B flat or the 7th. And this is a lot stronger sound for hearing the changes. Okay, so those are 2 critical reasons for that. Let me demonstrate a little bit of what that sounds like over F minor, and we'll put that together. Okay, so our next chord in Song for My Father is E flat 9. And here's part of the magic of using this pentatonic +1 concept. All of the same notes we just used will work and sound great over E flat 9. We're not going to get into so much theory about it, but all of these notes will still work great over E flat 9, E flat 7. You even don't have to approach it differently. I still want you to aim for that G. On the F minor, it's the 9th. On the E flat 7, it's the 3rd. But both are very good, important notes for those respective chords, and it'll work. So what this does is it simplifies the whole first 4 measures of this tune. We can really just play through this one scale. I don't want you to think about it like a scale, like you're picking random notes or random letters. I want you to try and hear melodies and connect to the music that you're hearing by using this set of notes. It's a very different approach than just trying to randomly play notes that are correct from this scale. Listen to the melody. You want to connect to that. So let me demonstrate the same scale, just those notes, with F minor and E flat 7. By the way, I'm using Jonathan Kreisberg's backing track app, the Feelbook. It's really great. You should check it out. So let's do F minor to E flat 7 as a loop. Now it's E flat 7 and I land on G. It sounds good. You can use this pentatonic +1 for both of them. Let's talk about the other concept here, which is pentatonic change 1. And I talk about this in Master Standards Blueprint Level 0, which is the start of my main curriculum inside Chase the Guitar Academy. It works really, really good on modal tunes or tunes that have a lot of minor chords. And the idea here is we're going to take our pentatonic and we're going to change one note. Instead of adding a note, we're going to change one note. So check this out. Look how cool this is. If we take F minor pentatonic and instead of playing C, we change that note to C flat or B natural, all of those notes fit great over D flat 9. So all of a sudden we can really just focus on one thing. I have my F minor pentatonic and I see this note C, and I just have to remember, oh, when it's D flat 7, this note moves down to here. That's it. This note C, we're actually going to put it on a different string. It's going to be B here. And that set of notes will sound amazing over D flat 7. I'll prove that to you right now. So let's just play on the D flat 7. Everything works there. Again, there's other jazz elements we'll want to add in here, arpeggios, chromaticism. Sure, that's not really the point of this. I'm trying to get you guys to play good melodies and play through the changes without feeling anxious or frustrated, just playing more confidently through the changes. From that base, from that foundation, we can add more. But a big important part is not to overwhelm yourself, and that's the focus here. Don't get distracted by all the complicated things we can do. It's much better to simplify first and execute that effectively. Okay, so that's our pentatonic change 1. Finally, we can put this all together with the C7 that comes right after and combine my pentatonic +1, pentatonic change 1 concept from F minor. So let's take our F minor, but the F minor with the G. So F minor pentatonic +1. But we're going to also change F to E natural. You could add in the E up there if you want. And that will give us a great sound for this C7 altered. And really what it does is it's allowing us to play the 3rd of the chord, which is a very important defining note for the harmony, really whatever chord we're on. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to demonstrate playing through Song for My Father using just these concepts, meaning I'm not really going to play arpeggios, I'm not really going to play chromaticism because that would distract you from what this approach actually sounds like, and I'll just use what I talked about. Maybe at the end, I'll go off into adding some other stuff as well. So let me know in the comments if this is helpful. If you guys want the PDF for this, you can get it for free inside Jazz Guitar Vault. We also have a workshop probably coming out today. It's a live workshop on the 9 essential jazz patterns on how to connect all this together. There's a lot more. I won't bore you with it. Check the description, link below. I'm gonna play along with this track.